Celebrate Thailand. We're going to get right into it. We're doing 7 courses. We're doing 2 canapes. We're doing a crazy-ass cocktail. And we're going to bring out the old 1 liter of beer with a Singha and show you how to kind of make it a little Thai style. Let's do it. Click, play, cook, pause, repeat. So let's get into it. Thailand, we're going to go through the entire menu today. And remember, the whole premise behind this video is you can pause me anytime you want, whether you're verklempt, overwhelmed, or you're feeling like maybe I'm just going too slow and you need to set it up even faster. However you want to play me, stop when you get to the point where you feel like I can't eat anymore, he's out of control. I know people that do this over 2 days. I never do it over 2 days. I always do it on 1. So the challenge is set. So let's get into what we need to do our little bites and our cocktail. We have 3 containers, A, B, and C. A and B is the canapes, C is C for cocktail. So the first thing we want to do is kind of open up A and B. And remember, the box that I sent you everything in, tuck it somewhere near the kitchen so you can put all your disposable containers into. And then at the end of the night for your recycling, just head to the garage and split it all up. So the one that we really need to focus on is the little shrimp cake, crispy fried. So this is crab and prawn, and in the container you have some oil, you have a sauce, and you have the crab farce. So you're just going to take the oil, drop it into a frying pan, and I've already got heat on that. We're going to kind of want to have a medium flame, and then all you want to do is just take a spoon, and we're not making quenelles here. This is not French technique. This is Thai technique. This is matriarchal. So you just want to kind of keep it kind of haphazard, not too formulated in terms of its shape, and drop it down into the can. Okay? We're sending this to you raw, and if anybody's like, how come you didn't cook that for me? You got to do a little bit. And as long as it's in a frying pan that's on a stovetop, it's considered very quick and easy, not to try and stress you out here, but also want to impart some flavors in the house. Now, the second element, well, let's finish it off. So the first one here is the tamarind chili dip. So I'm going to pop that right into there. Ooh. And I might just put a little bit down on the board. There we go. And that's ready to go for the fritters. Inside the container, you have a piece of cilantro. So we're just going to go 1. We're going to go 2. And then on the other side, to make life easy, this morning, before you arrived to pick up, or when we sent it to you, we already did this for you. So you want to very gently go in there, pull them out, and drop them down, okay? You're getting 3. We have some beef strip loin inside of there with peanuts, rice vermicelli, cilantro, Thai mint. That's pretty much it. And then in here, we have a little nam pla, so a little garlic, fish sauce, palm sugar, looking super tasty. There's a lot in there, not going to lie. It might be a little lower than that. That's almost like a swimming pool. Take all your containers again, toss them off to the side. We're all good to go. Now, if you come back over the frying pan and have a quick lookie, now remember, you've got your spoons and water. If you're going to a frying pan and you've got water in there, you're going to get splat splat. So you can see these fritters, they hold together well, they caramelize beautifully, you're getting gorgeous color on there. And we're just going to toss those over. They're almost there. While that's cooking, and I bring that flame down, let's make the cocktail, because we want to have this all ready to go. So it's a bit of a crazy cocktail that I have going on here, but there's 2 things that we want to do first. So I have a little bit of simple syrup that I'm just going to put down inside of here. And then take one of these lids, pop it down here. All right, and then we're going to go like this. Isn't that easy? Isn't that easy peasy? Cheesy wheezy. Do it again. Go right in again. Gorgeous. Look at that. Done, done. Get that out of the way. You're good. All your containers are out. Now let's come into making the cocktail. So you need a shaker. If you're struggling, you don't have one of these in your house, use a large glass and a small glass. Use a mason jar with a lid on it. Close it up. Okay? So in here, we have the Roku gin done with pineapple juice, along with lime juice, Cointreau, all set and gorgeous. Look at the color. It's gorgeous, right? So what we want to do here right now is we want to do what is known as a dry shake. And dry shake will involve putting the liquid in and putting the egg white in. And then we're going to cover it up and we're going to shake that. And we're going to froth it so that we can get a really nice froth in this glass, okay? And you're going to want to do this for about 30 to 60 seconds. Stick with the 60 seconds if you can, please. Now, some of you have this in your house, this little container. These are cheap and cheerful. Don't get the $60 fancy one. They just look like hell after about 6 months. Some things are meant to be simple and clean, and this is it. Like I go on vacation, I bring one of these with me because I'll get to some restaurant, like I'm on the beach. Not so much a restaurant. I'm on a beach and I want to have a proper cocktail. You know, if I want to have a proper margarita, I literally will bring my Mise en Place with me and make it right there. So you can hear inside that this is changing in terms of its texture. So here's the reason why we want the top side up there is that when we want to open this, you can just pop like that. So have a look inside of there, Mr. Cameraman. You can see the foam is huge. Absolutely huge. Back to our fritters. Looking gorgeous. And guess what? They're fully done. So we're just going to pop these little fritties down. And you know, they're supposed to look like natural. They're not supposed to look symmetry. We don't want that. We want that kind of effect. All right, so now we're going to pop that in there. And now we're going to do wet shake. And wet shake involves adding the ice. Now we shake again, and we get it nice and cold. All right, now that you're at the point where you're nicely shaken, you're not going to take more than 30 to 40 seconds to do that. Again, just take it off the side, give it a little pop, not a hard pop. You don't want to see the outtakes. All right, mixture's done. Inside, we've got our little filter, little screen, I guess, strainer, ball strainer. We're just going to go into one halfway, the other one halfway. It's always the safer bet, guys. Okay. Halfway again. Another quarter. Make sure we get it to about there. That's looking good. Then you want to grab a spoon. And in your kit, you have some minced or diced pineapple. Just going to pop some into each one. Try to get it in a cup. And if not, free canapes for chefs. All right, now, you're sending you a can of limonada with the shop. Just want to pop a little bit of that in there. Give it a little swish-o so we can get some more of that tastiness out of there. And pop that in. And you can see that fizz that we want to get. And if it doesn't all come out in one shot, and you're not getting to fill up, that's okay. Just top a bit more in there. Looking great. It's almost like crema on a cappuccino, all right? Look at that. Ooh, get it right up there, kids. Oh, yeah. Impress that life partner of yours, that blind date, that kids are down in the basement making a ruckus. And you and Mom or you and Dad are upstairs. Look at those. Thai baby. Let's get going. Course one, we're going to make somtam, so a green papaya salad. And I wanted to kind of show you the classic technique and then kind of more like, hey, I didn't buy one of those for this dinner, chef, so I need this other solution technique. You're going to grab container 1A and 1B. 1B is going to contain crispy taro root along with the cashews. And then in this one here, 1A, we're actually going to have some cilantro on top, which we're going to pull to the side. And then in here, we have some cabbage along with the vegetables. So it's a little heavy. And one of the great things about doing these videos is we can kind of like determine where to be as a final result. So there's many ways to do this, but the way I kind of like to approach it is I take out my napa. And if you have a bit of the carrots in there, don't worry, it's not the end of the world, okay? So I'll show you how it starts here, because some of you might have one of these and you probably never know what to do with it. So you're going to want to basically take half of your papaya with your carrots, daikon, a little bit of the napa, and you're going to just take a little bit of the nam plat. We're going to pop that into there. Then you just pestle and mortar. So we're just going to crush down, and the way you do it is you just basically pound it. Okay, so this is like more the traditional way that we're going to do it. However, if you're at home and you don't have this, get yourself a tall boy. Go ahead, pop it in, and we've cut it in such a way that it's not going to be the end of the world, okay? And we're basically just macerating, pulverizing with the hot chili, bird's eye chili, along with the palm sugar and the fish sauce, garlic, little shallot, and we're just pounding it down. And you can kind of feel the freshness of everything coming out of there. I'm going to stop for a second and just basically take this and we're going to move it out into here. If you bought one of these years ago and it's tucked in the basement and you finally used it, you're welcome. My pleasure. So get back into here. We're almost there. Nice to crush down. Gorgeous. Just pop your glass to the side. And then what you want to do is you want to kind of take your salad. And you know what? I'm going to give you back a bit more. So I'm not going to pull back that much actually. Because when you do macerate it, it does break it down. So we're going to go with the first one. I know when somebody's there watching this, she's like, he's making coleslaw, honey. Well, it's a bit more than coleslaw. The flavors are gorgeous. There's that sweet, sour kind of. And now all that liquid that came out, not only from the papaya, but also the nook cham, we're just going to take it and we're just going to pop it on the top. And better for the cameraman, here we go. Kind of want to have a puddle of that liquid on the bottom. It's a very straightforward little salad. Crispy taro root, something you do not want to attempt. You just want to be like, oh, thank God he cooked some of that off for me. Because this is an extremely starchy element and it requires a lot of washing and rinsing after you cut it. It literally goes for about 3 hours before we get it to a point where we're satisfied that we can pop that into the fryer and it's going to crisp up and not go all starchy and sticky. Some nuts over the top, in this case cashews, and then just take some cilantro, go over the top. Life is grand. You're all good to go. And there we go. The green papaya salad, little cilantro, taro root crispy on top. The textures are amazing. The flavor is incredible. The snow is melting. Happy Thailand Day. We're going to make a little beer pseudo cocktail, the original Thai beer, Singha. So, you know, somebody's probably saying, well, normally, chef, you do like a bottle of wine. Well, those are 750 mLs. This is a liter. These bad boys, these are working out to 490 ml each, okay? So you're going to probably be able to almost do this twice over. What I want you to see about how you do a beer in a very hot climate, and yeah, it might be only 5 degrees outside, or maybe it's 0 degrees. It's certainly not in the sub-zero temperatures. When you go to these restaurants, they'll come around, and the thing they're pushing is beer, ice-cold beer. So the ice doesn't come like this. They're like long tubes, a little hole in the center of it, and a lady comes around, and she's got like her little lycra spandex outfit on with a sachet saying, Madame Singha. And she's got her tongs and her bucket, and she comes along, and she takes one of those pistols of ice out, and she slides it into your cups. And you see that a lot in Vietnam, too. You see it throughout Asia. So what I do is I go there, and then I pop my beer. Remember, pour it British style on a slight kilter. Not that you are kiltered, but later on you will be. So you're going to fill this up. Amazing. And look at that. I mean, literally, I'm giving you 4 beers because we're going to let that kind of calm down for a minute. While that's calming down, I got enough to fill that. We're just going to grab a knife, and we're going to take our lime cheeks. We're going to cut our lime into 5 pieces. So 2 halves and a quarter. And you're going to go right on top, and you're going to hit it in. Drop it in. Skin, meat, everything, all in one shot. All right? In you go. And you can see what's going down. The foam is just getting totally kicked back. And then I've got you some more lime juice. So you want to hit that in. So I'm only giving you enough of the lime juice. I mean, you could technically divide this between the 4 glasses, but if you've already crushed your cocktail, look at this. Look at this. This is the way to have it. This is the way to have it on a Monday morning when you're doing the film shoot and you're having a little trouble getting out of the starting gate. Well, it's only 11:21. We're doing okay. We're actually doing really good. All right. So like 1 for me, 1 for the cameraman, and here's to you, Thailand in March. Thailand with you and your family. Let's have fun. I love beer like that. Course 2, pad kaprao. So pad kaprao is a very classic dish that you will see when you're in Thailand, and it's going to be a staple of your vacation. You're going to have it a lot. You're going to maybe have it for breakfast, you're going to have it for lunch. Maybe it's going to be 2 o'clock in the morning. You're wasted, and you need something to fill you up. You're going to have it. 2A, 2B. A lot of the dishes that we're featuring here today, a lot of these are just like street food things that are just absolutely amazing. So look, open up 2A, 2B. In 2B, we have 4 shrimp chips, traputs, as they say in Bali. We have 2 eggs to make the pad kaprao style egg, which is a technique into its own right. And then here we have the actual spiced beef. So this beef this is thickened with glutinous rice. We take glutinous rice, we toast it, we get a golden brown, and then we grind it fine, and we combine it in here with sour long beans, fish sauce, little bird's eye chilies, some shallots. Got that great acidity, balanced, sweet sugar. It's gorgeous, but more acidity than anything. That's awesome. Leave that to the side. Over here, we got smoking piston hurricane frying pan, which we're going to take down a little bit. And what we want to do here is we kind of want to shallow fry the egg. This is all about for you people out there who have secretly always loved an egg where the white is so crispy, you call it frill. You know what I'm talking about. So what we want to do here, we want to get this temperature up just a little bit more. That oil's going to come back up. I'm giving you 2 eggs. If you cracked your egg, go into your fridge and get an egg. And just be grateful we're not stateside. Yeah, the eggs are like, I don't know, they're like $3,000 for a dozen now. So this is pretty much up to temperature. I can take that right down now. That's good. While that oil's coming up, you have another container with some rice. You just want to put like a teaspoon of water in here, and you want to pop this into your microwave. Set your temperature gauge for 70%, and do that for about no more than 70 seconds. And you'll be good to go. It'll be nice and piping hot. We, by the miracle of camera work and everything else, have already done that. And we're just going to divide this rice equally between the two. If you're not a rice fan, you've ordered the wrong meal kit. All right, then come back over here. We've got the heat now going on this. It's great. We're literally going to shallow fry. So don't crack your egg like this. Crack it on the side like that. Boom. We're going to go one down. If it's not speaking to you when you've cracked that egg in, then your pan wasn't hot enough. Okay? So while that's cooking out, we're going to take the pad kaprao beef, and we're going to just go ahead and pop that down on top of our rice. And, you know, Thai cuisine, a lot of it is all about layering of flavors, but more importantly, you eat things together. I can't tell you how many times in my restaurant I have to tell somebody, don't compartmentally eat this. Like, if I don't know you and you're in my restaurant, I'm going to warn you not to compartmentally. Like a classic dish of ours at Next, the Blackie's chicken. Everybody who has ever said it was too salty was somebody who left a big wad of rice in the bowl. And then I'm usually a little irritated with a server for not explaining it through properly. Compartmental eating, that's a North American thing. That is definitely not an Asian thing. So watch this. You can see that these yolks are runny and the whites are starting to get crispy. Now you want to bring your flame up. Now, if you get a splatter like that, just cower like a scaredy cat. But no, really, it's not the end of the world. There's worse things out there, especially in this day and age. There's so much crazy stuff going on here that you get a little splatter from that and probably just kind of wake you up a little bit. Be like, oh yeah, good to go. These are super tasty. The shrimp trip, we've crispy fried those. They come in little translucent discs. And our eggs are technically almost there. And what we were talking about earlier was the frill. That's just splattering, not because I'm crazy. Actually, I am crazy. I took a wet spatula and stuck it in the hot oil. So it's very dramatic. It's great, you know, like an evening, someone's had a rough day. They come home and you're cooking this for them. They're like, Harry, are you going to be okay? Are you going to be good, Harry? So look here. Look at this. This crispiness that you get on this egg is so addictive to me. I'm just going to pop one down. I'm going to pop two down. And if you're saying to yourself, chef, I'm really not into eggs at night for dinner, you got to get over that, okay? That's, again, that's a bit of a North American ideology. When you're over in Thailand, even Vietnam, they do a version of this. They use duck eggs. Oh, it's so bad. So here, I just got a little bit of chili just to kind of wake this up a little bit here. Gonna put your shrimp chips down inside. Nice, clean, white, gorgeous. Look at that. Got a bit of rice sticking on the edge of that. I'll just finish that off. Pad kaprao, people. Rip the egg to pieces. Let that runny yolk go dribbling down into the meat. Mix it all up. Course 3 now. You're going to go and grab 3A, 3B. What do we have going on here? We're doing a tom kha gai. More yellow in color this one, but inside we have some garnish, which we're going to pop into this frying pan right here. So Some of you out there have seen tom kha gai done in the wood where they're very white, classic. This one here, we've gone a bit more yellow in terms of it. It's already hot. So you just gonna pop that in a pot, put it over a medium flame. It's gonna take you about 3 minutes to bring it up to speed. Oh, it's so good. Lovely flavors. So garnish is literally almost there. I'm gonna transfer it over. Bring that up on the full flame. This is like the easy course. Easy course. This isn't soup. This is like break time. This is probably what you discuss with your better half. Maybe you do like the last 3 courses, because what do we got left to do? We got a pad see ew, prawn and eggplant curry, a masan chicken curry, and then we've got dessert. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4. Yeah, so, you know, in some ways, if one person has done the first wave, this is a chance to say, did you like the soup? Yeah? Okay. Now you can go work with Chef Blackie. Garnish it up. You're just gonna pop your garnish in. 1, 2 each. Just fill it up. You want texture, you want elements that are in there, not just about the coconut cream broth. Just pop all that in. That's good. Turn your flame off and go ahead. Oh yeah. Tom kha gai, everybody. Enjoy. All right, course 4, pad see ew. So this is basically broad noodles done with a soy sauce. Usually have pork with it. You've got 2 containers when you get this. Again, this is street food, late night, afternoon. Definitely be looking for pad see ew. 4A, 4B. When you get these 2 containers, in this one you have the noodles with an egg. Keep the egg here. Take your oil, divvy it between 2 frying pans over medium. In here we have a couple of magics. We've got Blackie's hot sauce. We'll get to that in a minute. We've got a combo of soy, oyster, and hoisin in here. This is, when you look at the description of the dish, you have it listed in there as prepaying. Prepaying is nothing more than bird's eye chilies. So you have bird's eye chilies in here with just white vinegar. Some gorgeous neck style pork belly ready to go. And then we have some pak choy with some onions. And with it, some fish tofu. So all these elements are designed to go quick and fast. If we look over, we can see the frying pan is starting to go. My general idea here, where I'm going to go with all of this, is I'm going to start down here first. I'm going to bring this flame down a little bit. I want to get color on the pork belly. So I'm going to drop these down inside and get some nice color on there. While that's going in that frying pan, you're going to come over to the other ones and you're going to saute off your pak choy with your onions, okay? And we put quite a bit in there. You are going to need to have a little bit of water to work this dish all together. While that's cooking out, we're going to bring the flame up huge. Yep, we're up huge. We're good. And while that's cooking out, we don't really need to get much color on there other than some little translucence, which we have. And then we're going to take our noodles and we're going to just drop them right over the top. These have been just soaked in water. They're soaked in water overnight. Sometimes you can get away after about 2 hours. Cold water is the technique. You do not use hot water to speed it up. There's no cowboying allowed here. Over back to the pork belly. I'm just going to flip these over. You can see the color comes really quick. We've already cured this. We've done a little sugar, soy, braising action, brown sugar, cooked it out, garlic, onion. And you can see that it's kind of there. And I'm just going to kill the flame because I don't really want to do any more to that. Now, these are the bird's eye chilies in vinegar, the way you want to have them. You've got the soy with the oyster and the hoisin. And then for those that are not aware, I do my own Blackie's hot sauce. This is more like crispy chili, Asian style. In here, it contains chilies from everywhere I worked in the world. Get some of this in the house, because when you're eating something, you're like, man, it's not quite got it. This will bring it up. This is not like American hot sauce where you're either going to be smoky or vinegary. This is a whole other level. Some of you know it as crispy chili. But with the amount of chilies I have going on there, it's nuts. Back into the noodles very quickly. So the noodles up top are just going to kind of sit there. And what I want to do is I want to flip it over. There's some natural color going in there. Now we want to get some moisture happening. No more than that. And the crowd goes crazy. And you can see the noodles are going to start to break up now with that water going in there. So it's like a fry action with the two. You can hear the octave of all that sizzling going on with high flame on now, starting to go up an octave, which means that the moisture is disappearing. So while the moisture is disappearing, take an egg. Again, crack on the side, pop it down, just let it go. No touchy. Let it go. What I would touch is the yolk. Just give it a rip. Give it a bash. Cool? We're going to take our pork. We're just going to actually bring it right off the plate now. I don't want to have any other shenanigans go down. It's gorgeous. Oh, it's got that sweetness to it. I could just put it in some soft bread with a bit of butter. Oh, some pate and some pickles. I'm back in Vietnam, baby. Having a little banh mi. Now, this fat that the pork belly rendered out, throw it into your noodle. You only live once. Do it. Okay, so now look at the egg. I'm going to riff it all up. You see that? Just keep it down this end and let everything else kind of come together. We kind of want that frill of the egg combining with the noodle to kind of bring it all together. Okay, and I'm going to flip over. And if you're not comfortable flipping, that's okay. Just use a pair of tongs. Just use a pair of tongs to move everything over. I'm feeling good about this. I'm now going to come in with some of the bird's eye chili with vinegar. I'm going to do a good hit down. I go all in. There's no like holding back on me. And then this one here, you're good to go all in on that 4 ounces. See all those chilies? Seeds? You want to get those in there. Go make it good. Going to make it very good. Okay, and then, oh my God, this is so good. You know, I might have just shown you one of the best late night awesome dishes for you to have moving forward in life. This is done, there's so many variations of this as well, but we're just trying to keep things simple, yet elevated for you. So we're going to now head right in to the bowls, whatever vehicle you're going to use, preferably a bowl, and we're going to drop our noodles in. There's one shot. Again, if I had a pair of tongs, this would be so much easier, but I'm not going to do it today. I'm going to stay away from the tong machine. There we go. Kill your flame. Just going to come in. You can kind of see that this one's got a lot more of the gailan and the onions. So just kind of redistribute things for yourself. Give the edge of your dish a little cleanup. If you don't want to, that's okay too. Drop haphazardly your pieces of pork. And remember, I put an extra piece in there for you. Good one. So good. Bon appetit, everybody. Five is the magic number. We're doing a prawn and eggplant curry. This is going to be a yellow style curry. So you're going to grab 5A, 5B plus rice. Now remember something about the rice. Comes cold, pop the lid, little bit of water, like 2 tablespoons inside the container. Keep the lid up tight, pop it in the oven, microwave, 70%. Go for a minute and a half. See how it is. Every microwave is a little bit different power settings, but it should be warm to the touch, the container, and nice and fluffy. And then just take a fork and fluff it. Pop it back in, you're good to go. That's going to be for course 5 and for course 6, all right? So we've got to pace ourselves on the rice, because you know you've already had a course with some rice in it. So in these 2 containers, this one, for example, we have some Napa cabbage, some gailan, onions, and the prawns. We've also hit it with some oil. We're just going to take that and drop it right down the pan along with the green eggplant. So let that cook out. And when you get these in the bowl, make sure to get the prawns to the bottom and the eggplants to the bottom. Okay? And then number 2, in 5B, we have the yellow curry all ready to go for you. Coconut based, fish sauce, shallots, garlic, ginger, spice. Pop your containers to the side. Rice is here. So for the rice, you can either have that in container packed on the side for you and your better half, or we can just do the curry here, which is where I kind of feel like we're going to go. I'm going to bring this right up now in terms of temperature. We're right up full. If you got a spoon, just get in there and give a bit of movement. We have, for garnish, we have some pickled sliced cucumber, and we have some crispy fried shallots. So, going to keep those to the side, and then rice to the side. So, come back here. You can see how quick this sauce is getting, and we just kind of want to bring it up to a simmer state. So I'll bring it right up now. Everything's cooking out nicely here. Won't be long. Won't be long. What a great way to just take the day on a Saturday. Hopefully you might have taken my advice and done maybe 3 courses and then picked up the next day for it again. And if you're on the second day, well, kudos to you. 2 for 1. 2 dinners for the price of 1. Rock on. Here comes the curry. The pleasure of being a chef is to... They're going to love it. Going to be so awesome. Now, these little green eggplants in here, we're going to slice those a little bit more for you. They can be quite bitter in flavor, but other than that, they look great. Okay. Ready? So I just went silly. The consistency of that was kind of spot on. I'm just going to give it about not even 4 tablespoons of water in there to reconstitute it. Because I don't like my curry super thick. Oh, yeah. Over to you. We'll do 2 versions of it. I kind of feel like some people might do the rice on the side, and some people might do it this way. Take your garnish and put it over the rice. Separate it evenly. See how quick it is? There's no messing around here. This is definitely not braising and roasting and overcooking and, well, just cooking out long and slow. We don't need to do that. Let it come through here. And then just come in with pickles and just kind of lay them down. Definitely Sunday afternoon. Hopefully there's a golf game going on where the 2 of you can just sit down and nibble on this and maybe crack open that second Singha. And yeah, sing a song about how much you love prawns. Happy Thai Thai. Hey everybody, Masaman. Making a Masaman chicken curry. You're gonna bring over 6A, and remember from the last course, we still have half the rice. You got 6A, 6B. What do we got going on here? You're gonna take the curry. Oh yeah, look, it's already in here. It's pretty straightforward. Do it over a medium flame. Bring it up to temperature. Okay, and then so simple this dish. Take the rice, divvy it up, and again, if you prefer to bring your rice into your dish on a side dish, you can do that too. I'm going to pop it in the center. And I've kind of gone ahead and done something a little unconventional here for a garnish. I've got some bean sprouts, snapper cabbage, cilantro, and some sawtooth herb that they call it in Canada. I don't know why they call it that here, or it is culantro. So in here, we have some bird's eye chili with vinegar. Just go for it. Forget about it. Do it. Mix it all up, and you can mix it up even easier. We can just do the old shaky bakey. By the time it takes you to get that done, turn it to the side, puff it open. All right, so that's nice and fresh now. It's got chili in it. You can smell it. It's exciting. Remember, cooling on spice, rice, always. Look at that. It's already up. Whoa. There's lots of garnish in there. We've got potato. We've got the chicken. You know, you could do this so many ways. You could do it with beef. You could do it with fish. We're doing it with, once you've got it all out, hit up the sauce, turn off the stove, come in here with your hands, and take a little bit of this and pop it on. Yummy, yummy, nice and fresh for the tummy. Happy time for you. Happy Masaman coming to you. The last course, the last supper. No, the best is always for the last. It's the sweet. We're doing a little passion fruit panna cotta. Bring over container 7. Hopefully you left it in the fridge and not on the table at room temperature. And remember your ice cream, ginger infused coconut ice cream. If you haven't had enough coconut, we're just going to finish you off with this one right now. So let's have a look at what we got. We got some Rice Krispie crumble. We've got some blueberries. We have some crushed meringue. You're just going to go in and take your panna cotta and you're going to pop it down in the center. All right, and then you're going to go with the Rice Krispie. This has just been done with a little bit of cinnamon, cacao, a little bit of spice, but nothing crazy. Not going to blow your palate off. We're going to take some of this crumble of the meringue, and we're just going to lay it down like it's a little bit of neige, a little snow. We're there. Going to finish off with some blueberries because, oh yeah, blueberries are so Thai. Not. And then we'll come back to the coconut ginger ice cream. So you can pretty much divvy this and keep a nice piece on top to keep it clean. See how it always wants to go somewhere? Well, your job is to tell it now. You stay right where I want you. And always have a bit for yourself. Look. You know what I love about my chef, Matt Hall? We might be doing a demo, but he never mucks around. That was beautiful coconut ginger flavor. Almost got a bit of a nice spice level to the ginger, you know, like ginger beer, that kind of flavor. All right, everyone. We hope you enjoyed this revisit on Thailand. And for those out there that did it when the pandemic was going full strong, thank you for that. Thank you for now. Stay tuned for some exciting stuff coming up. And if you haven't heard, it's pretty exciting. And I don't really want to jinx it because there's some guy down south who keeps kind of flipping and flopping and flipping and plopping, but it's going to make that negative energy super positive. The most positive thing today was to have you a part of this wonderful experience. Thailand, if you haven't been, you can go. There's no restrictions.